Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday's market wrap up here at TOPGUN Options. I'm Wiz, Matthew Buckley, and holy Amazon, Batman. Take a look at that chart. Hell, after blowout earnings yesterday, after market close, Amazon was up over 10% ish. Right now, we're settling down around up 8%. Wow. Check out how our synthetic stock is doing, ladies and gentlemen, in our model portfolio. We put this on a couple weeks ago. It's up 63%. $5,000. How about making $5,000 in a couple weeks, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go look at one of my personal accounts here. I put this one on. When was this? A couple weeks ago as well. When it was at 150, when Amazon was at 150, I put on the synthetic stock position. It's up 62%, $3,400. Ladies and gentlemen, get in Amazon. Take a look at Meta today. Today, in the first 20 minutes of trading, Meta put on the market cap of like Costco, Cisco, and like an oil company combined, up 21%. Monster tech earnings, ladies and gentlemen, unless, of course, your Apple. When in doubt, run from Apple. I think, is Microsoft having a little sympathy pop here? Yeah, we're getting back on our horse a little bit. It wasn't blowout earnings, but look at this, folks. You cannot keep this market down. Look at the S&P 500 today. Let's go to SPX. Look at this. Monster melt up. Hell, we might see, what are we at, 49.70? We might see S&P 5,000. Okay? Now, get in Amazon. Get in our solo Amazon brief. Folks, yesterday I did a webinar swap with Fausto over at CTU, Cyber Trade University, and I gave them a synthetic stock trade that if they had gotten into that yesterday, they're up $3,000 today. You're welcome. $3,000 in a day. If you want to join solo Amazon, it's only $97 a month. I don't drink anymore. When I used to drink, I'd say, hey, it's the price of a cheap bottle of wine. So I don't know what to say anymore. It's the price of, I'll still say that, cheap bottle of wine, $97 a month for solo Amazon. Or guess what? I'll give you 2 months for free if you do an annual. You essentially save $300. Head to go.topgunoptions.com/diverse-replay. This is I forget how long ago this was. This is from the middle of last year. Don't watch this clip, or actually do watch this clip if you want to, when I told you to get long-term bullish on Amazon back in August when it was down. Let's go take a look at where this brief was when Amazon went. Let's go back to August. Let's take a look. Or September. Let's go up year to date, 1 year chart. So if you watched that brief in August, what's that? 120? It's gone from 120 to 170 since I did this brief on this page. So again, don't waste your time because I can see the date at the top here. It's an old one, August 10th, 2023. I'm just bringing this replay page up because there's 2 buy buttons on here, $97 a month or $897 for a year. If you did the synthetic stock trade that I briefed to Fausto's crew at CTU, you just paid for 3 years of solo Amazon. And the market is not looking back. However, I can't believe I'm going to say this, we're going on almost close to a week since 3 Army soldiers were killed by Iranian proxies. Nothing. This week, one of our destroyers, USS Gravely, had to engage its Sea Whiz. Not me. You see me. I'm Sea Whiz. You can Sea Whiz. No, close inboard weapon system. It's called a Sea Whiz. It got within a mile of hitting this ship. Let me tell you something, folks. These ships, that's not the USS New Jersey. It's not a battleship. These things are packed with sensors, humans, and made of like tin foil, folks. They're not meant to burn. But look at the USS Cole years ago. When was that? 2000, when a boat in Yemen. Hey, I'm seeing a common thread here. But the USS Cole was attacked by a dude in a Boston whaler raft, pulled right up to the side of the Cole and blew it up. Almost sank it. Killed a bunch of sailors. Why am I rambling about this? Well, I'm not rambling, folks. You should give a shit because the market is on a record insane high as the world is going to shit. Israel, Hamas, China, Taiwan, Ukraine, Russia, Houthis, US, Iran, Israel. We did it, Joe. Hey, nice job out of Hamas. So you invade Israel, you slaughter, you kill, you rape children and women and men, and the State Department will work on getting you a state. This week, ladies and gentlemen, has been insane. So on Wednesday, Jerome Powell brought the heat. Jerome Powell is our Federal Reserve chief. He gave some hawkish comments. Remember the beginning of December? He said, we still have a lot of work to do. Inflation's raging, and I'll keep doing my job. Somebody got to him because 2 weeks later, he said, what? I think we're looking at cutting rates. Rip your face off rally. Then this week, he's like, whoa, I thought we might have gotten ahead of ourselves a little bit. And, we still have a lot of work to do, and we're not cutting rates anytime soon. Fed signals rate cuts are possible, not imminent, as it holds rates steady. Wham! We kind of, the market's like, wow, he sounded a little hawkish there. So, the Fed, ladies and gentlemen, let's be brutally honest. Jerome Powell woke up this morning and he was not surprised at what? Let's get right to it. The simply stunning payrolls report. Rick Santelli, when he briefed it on CNBC this morning, he about had a heart attack. Last month's revision went massively up from 216 to 333. We were looking for only 187, 353. Absolute jobs blowout. That should be a good thing, Wiz, shouldn't it? No, it isn't technically, because that shows that the economy's sitting on all cylinders and everything's great. Then he's got to either raise interest rates more or not cut anytime soon. Higher for longer. Maybe leave these interest rates up here for a while and not cut anytime soon. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is one of the most ridiculous job reports in recent history because immediately what's all over social media? Joe Biden, like, oh, the economy's great. Everything's going really great and everything's awesome. If you're having a tough time, it's only you. Everybody else is doing great. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why you're a TOPGUN Options member, because I dig into the numbers. Where are the jobs being, quote, made? The federal government. You see the blue line? That's the civilian labor. Look at this. Civilian labor force keeps dropping. In the past 2 months, 900,000 civilian people flipped, losing their jobs. Folks, did you see earnings this week? Microsoft, there's a bunch of companies laying off people. Look at this. Meanwhile, another new high in government employees. So there, we did it, Joe. So you're going to see, it's an election year, folks. You're going to see some insane numbers coming out of Washington, and they're going to be telling you need to. If you're just struggling, it's on you. It's not really happening. I mean, look at headlines like this, folks. Inflation has fallen. Why are groceries still expensive? I tell my TGO members this all the time. I live in the real world. I don't live in the Beltway in DC, inside of that self-licking ice cream cone. I live in the real world. I put gas in my car. I buy milk, blah, blah, blah. Everything is still expensive. I have not seen prices go down anywhere. Joe and Kamala and Janet and Jerome will scream from the rooftop that everything's great, the economy's awesome. You're just crazy if you're not seeing it. So, folks, this is a little bit nuts. We are in an election year. Get ready, because we're already hearing this. We're already hearing like, oh, everything's so great. You're a one-off if you're miserable. So a recent poll, 70-80% of Americans are miserable, and it's on them. It's everything's great. It's just you people are miserable. That's how you're going to win an election. So this is insane, folks. This market up here at record highs and volatility at, well, I'm not going to say record lows. Let's go look at the VIX real quick. Right, the volatility index, the VIX, 14. Check this out. I'm glad I'm doing this sit rep right now, Friday market wrap up. One of them. The VIX is almost up 1% today. The S&P 500 is having a rip your face off rally. It's up over a full percent, 63 points in the S&P 500. There's a famous wizism. Market up, VIX up, something is up, right? Because when the the market goes up, the VIX should fall, shouldn't it? Hey, everything's great. The market's going up. The VIX, 80% of the time when the market goes up, the VIX will go down. 20% of the time when the market is up and the VIX is up, you know what's going on? A lot of smart people like me, making a lot of money right now, like me, see this insanity and go, you know what? Don't mind me. I'm just going to kind of walk over here to the VIX and buy some protection. Because as I rambled a little while ago, we haven't even attacked Iran. We're going to. It'll come this weekend. They didn't want to do it during the week, did they? That'll roil the market. And I know people who know this. We told the Iranians we're giving them a chance to disperse equipment, men, and their generals. And of course, you can fucking believe this. I'm old enough to remember when I was in the Navy under Bill Clinton. He sent Tomahawks and cruise missiles into Iraq in the middle of the night and attacked some targets. Why? Nancy Pelosi. Because he's a compassionate president, and that's why he hit at night. Hey, clown, you know who you killed at night? The janitors and the cleaning crews. If you mention the word compassion in war, you're an idiot. There is no such thing. That tells me you have no idea what warfare is. So instead of going Donald Trump right now and killing General Soleimani in a drone strike and turning him into hair, teeth, and eyeballs, we're going to give the Iranians a heads up and, and we're going to let them know back channel, like we don't want to escalate. We're going to have to kind of hit some stuff and make it look like it's a disgrace. Oh, and by the way, my last rant before I end on a high note, because we're printing money and we're doing awesome things here, is this. Joe Biden, Mumbles McShitty Pants, called the parents of one of the soldiers killed in Jordan. He lied again. Listen to the interview that the media isn't showing you. Well, I know what you're going through because my son died in Iraq. It's a fucking lie. So he's either lying or he's mental. Either choice is horrific. He's stealing. It's stolen valor. He's not a gold star father. Your son didn't die in Iraq, Mr. President. Either you know this or you're mental. Not to take away from your suffering, quote unquote, but stop doing this. You're lying. When those 13 coffins came off the plane in Dover after your surrender of Afghanistan and a humiliating withdrawal, remember you checking your watch when the coffins were coming off? Yeah, I do. I remember an interview with some of the parents. They're like, oh, yeah, I should have said something, but it was just a horrific setting. But he said it to us, too. He said, yeah, my son died in Iraq. I know what y'all are going through. It's a fucking lie, dude. Stop it. If it was anybody but Joe Biden, could you imagine if the tables were reversed and it was Donald Trump? They'd be frothing at the mouth. They'd be impeaching the man. Joe Biden? Oh, and what I love how they try and explain it away. Oh, well, he's crazy Uncle Joe, or he likes to just tell stale. What? Are you people serious? Makes me furious. If I was one of those parents, I'd be, well, I'm not going to be one of those parents. You know why? Because I have steered successfully my two boys away from serving this administration. Oh, that also happened this week. Let me brief you on that since the media didn't show this either. Sideshow Bob, the press secretary, in an interview said these three folks, not soldiers, not personnel, not U.S. military folks, these three folks died serving the administration. Isn't that great to know that you died for the administration? What kind of fucking Soviet Pravda bullshit is that? When I became a commissioned officer in the United States Navy, I took an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States, not the dude or the lady who's currently in the White House. How dare you? But this is, sometimes they say the quiet part out loud, don't they, folks? And we see who they truly are. This week was a disgrace. Why'd I get on that rant? I got to get centered. I got to get off this brief. It's what time? Market's closing hour. I got to get my afternoon meditation in. I got to get centered after that little rant, but it's infuriating to me. I brought that up, folks, because we are at stupid highs on the market and we should be seeing some military strikes here. Usually the market doesn't like that. But since it's Joe and Kamala, and we already warned them it's coming. We told them what we're probably bombing just to make it look good for the folks back at home. Like we're doing something. The market probably won't even care. So anyway, let's get centered. Good stuff. We had a fantastic week of trading. I have some underwater trades right now, and they're mainly what? Hedges. Trades that also act like hedges for my longs. I'm long-term bullish on Microsoft, on Amazon, some psychedelic stocks. The treads on a day like today are obviously red. Your brokerage account should look like the ballistic missile submarine console. You should have red. You should have red and greens, right? The greens are my longs looking great on a day like today. The reds are my treads. These are the bilge pumps, the ejection seats. If or when this market finally turns, those things are going to be making money and printing green. On a day like today, when the market's gone straight up, if you have all green on your screen, you're doing it wrong. If on a day when the market implodes, you got all red on your screen, you're doing it wrong. You need balance. And I guarantee you, I can teach you how to do this. Okay. Head to go.topgunoptions.com/diverse-replay. $97 a month, folks. It's a gateway drug to join us at TGO to see what we do here, right? Shrimp are a vehicle for eating a cocktail sauce. Solo Amazon is a vehicle for eating what we do here at TGO, or do the annual membership and save a couple months. Okay, I got to get going. If there are some military strikes this weekend, God bless the women and men who wear the uniform of this country. Please, God, protect them. Help them deliver justice and to protect our country from the people that want to destroy it. And that might be some of us. My God, we've met the enemy, and it's us. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. Fights on. Namaste. Basi, basi. I'll see y'all next week.